Welcome to the University of Michigan Dentistry Podcast Series, promoting oral health care worldwide.
The primary goal of the Individualized Learning Center is student learning. With this goal in mind, the center was designed to deliver a variety of individualized media packages to the student with the greatest convenience. The school's curriculum committee recognized the need for the center, stating, "There is general agreement that the new curriculum should stress individualization of learning by providing maximum opportunity for students to utilize self-study and self-instructional devices." Since one format of individualized media presentations cannot answer all the prerequisites of the project, the center offers instructional materials in a variety of media. It accommodates up to 70 students in 22 two-person carols and 17 videocassette playback stations. In addition, there are 3 computer graphic terminals and a television group viewing room where 3 to 8 students can view programs. All forms of media developed for the pilot program are included in the center. These include television, computer, slide tape, film strip, 3-dimensional models, and procedural manuals, and individualized texts. Since its inception in the fall of 1973, the usage of the center has seen a dramatic increase. The greatest has been the study of videotape demonstrations. However, programs in all media show increased use. In actual student contact hours, the center's growth has paralleled the number of programs used. Recently, we asked several students their opinions about the center, how they use it, the flexibility in scheduling, reviewing materials, and finally, we took a close-up look at 2 students using Learning Center materials.
I think one of the things I like best about the Guidance Center is being able to come down here whenever you want and review a tape on any subject whenever you want. And if you miss a lecture or you miss something in the lecture, you can come back here either before the test or that same day at any time that's convenient for you and review it. I think the other main advantage to me is the computer programs and the way that you can do the exercises and immediately have feedback from the computer, and you don't have to look it up yourself somewhere else and then a day later or something, but you get your feedback right away from the computer.
I think this Learning Center is really good in that it enables me to come down here at my own convenience, whatever time I feel is convenient for me to look at material that I may have missed in class or I may have seen in class, but at the time may have been a little sleepy, or for some reason it had gone over my head, or I feel that I want to get a better idea of the material that was presented. And I can come down here and work at my own pace, look at the material on videotape, and I can stop the material and play it back, look at it again, or speed it up if I want. And the main thing is that it allows a lot of flexibility and a lot of individual paced learning.
That's diabetes, you think?
Yep.
Sore throat, maybe she has.
Of course, it doesn't really follow along with smoking 2 packs of cigarettes.
No.
Let's go to return. We put coagulation series. Okay.
We tried one.
Oh, so what happened is we went back to the beginning again. We should have put it down, done. And that would have been it. Okay, her oral hygiene is good. She's got marginal gingivitis. Moderate materia album.
Tentative tentative diagnosis. Not me.
No, I don't have a tentative diagnosis.
All right,
Okay, we're not worried about a coagulation series.
we're not?
No, but I'd say we could go for simple urinalysis.
Why not a coagulation series?
Because there's no bleeding. We're not worried about bleeding.
That's true.
And I suspect from that
There's
she's very tired and dizzy in the afternoon. It's in the morning she eats her breakfast, lunchtime, fine. But by the time she gets to the afternoon, she's used up all of her carbohydrates.
Okay, try it.
So let's try it. Number 6.
With the advent of the Learning Center, teaching methods have changed significantly at Michigan. We asked several faculty members how they view this change.
And I feel it's a very useful adjunct, especially in my field, the field of oral diagnosis. The most important part, I feel, is the computer. The computer is excellent because it helps us in positive feedback from the lecturers. We will be able to give a lecture, then after the lecture the student can go down and try his hand at diagnosis. Through the wonders of a computer, the student is able to get positive feedback, find out if his answer is correct, find out if the answer is incorrect, and this helps the student by reinforcing him immediately. Other capabilities of the Learning Center are the ability to show slides so they can diagnose from slides, again utilizing a computer. We have several short TV tapes that are down there that are very useful.
I had the opportunity to try and present a great deal of material to a dental class related to internal medicine. And utilizing various media, I found there were certain aspects that were better presented in a case summary standpoint, in a workbook presentation. Other points were better shown in a dramatization on videotape. The students were able to use the videotapes and the workbook in concert, along with slide tape material, and able to work at their own speed. They were able to finish the material and take an examination on the material, again at their own speed and with their own choice of time. The TV videotape material presented live situations in a dental office and really brought across the point of the activity of learning internal medicine and observing internal medicine in the dental office.
One of the advantages of this self-paced curriculum is that it's forced me into restructuring the dental anatomy course, starting out with a series of written objectives and then organizing the course to meet these objectives. With the aid of technical personnel, we've had the opportunity to develop workbooks using a variety of arts and graphics and diagrams, and we have rather extensively developed and utilized the colored videotapes. The development of our Learning Center has given the students the ability to utilize these tapes as they need them, and it also has given them an opportunity to test themselves, both with a series of written tests as well as taking a practical exam by the pre-recorded videotapes. We also have in our Learning Center pre-identified color-coded natural teeth, which the students can check out for concurrent study with these tapes. I think all of these advantages have greatly improved the students' learning ability in dental anatomy.
We've seen the growth of the Individualized Learning Center, how the students use it for learning and how the faculty use it for teaching. We've seen how the use of media plays a significant part in an individualized curriculum. But how will it all tie together when the curriculum is totally individualized? Such a curriculum is very innovative by nature, and we're developing it in the context of a traditional program, which continues to serve a majority of students. Therefore, total implementation of the program from its inception would have been very difficult. For these reasons, the development of each course in the PPD was undertaken in 3 steps. First, materials production. Second, validation through the pilot program. And finally, we'll implement the entire program under a new management system. This system presents many interesting aspects. First is a tracking plan based on course prerequisites where students can move throughout the curriculum when they have successfully completed the objectives for certain courses. For example, if a student desires to take 604 oral diagnosis, he must have completed 506 oral diagnosis, 514 occlusion, and 521 dental anatomy beforehand. The tracking plan gives the student the option to proceed to new coursework in mid-semester. However, the student may finish a course 6 weeks prior to normal completion time and use the time gained to work on other courses in which he is enrolled. Second, no individualized instruction program would be complete without testing on demand on a flexible schedule. With this availability, students will be able to proceed at individual rates of progression. Upon completion of all requirements, the student may be able to elect additional clinic experience. When the pilot program was instituted in the fall term of 1974, it was decided that each student who desired to take coursework in the individualized format would be given the opportunity to take 1 or 2 courses in the program rather than limit it to 30 students. Since that time, 2 studies have been completed on the personality of PPD students, and each has shown us that self-motivational characteristics were most important in these students. On the strong vocational interest blank, for example, those who elected the program scored relatively high on the academic achievement scale, the adventure scale, and basic interest, indicating attraction to intellectual and cultural activities. In addition, both students electing the pilot program and those preferring the regular curriculum report that students most suited for the program should demonstrate attributes of internal motivation, self-discipline, organization, and a tendency not to procrastinate.
You've been listening to a presentation from the University of Michigan School of Dentistry, which is dedicated to supporting open learning and open educational resources. This recording is licensed under the Creative Commons. It may be reused and redistributed for nonprofit use. Please attribute materials to the University of Michigan School of Dentistry and redistribute under this same license. For more information on how this and other University of Michigan School of Dentistry recordings may be used, visit www.dent.umich.edu/license.